Let's understand out with the way, immediately. Nobody, therefore we mean nobody, requires a Mercedes-AMG GLS63. AMG is nearly 3-ton rocket ship that masquerades to be a family SUV. It's a physical exercise in excess, with virtually any inch with the interior, yes, even parts your kids can touch covered in leather, a couple of massaging seats that contain more settings over a Japanese toilet, and, don't forget, a 577 horsepower V8 beneath the hood. It's spacious and cozy and looks a lot more elegant than most from the big boxes in this particular class. Even so, the GLS63 comes dangerously close for the edge with the two a good deal of good thinkliff, and its particular astronomical price won't assist to win over any skeptics. Still, there's something giddy about if you know, when currently established parenting tactics fail, backseat tantrums may be silenced by launching your vehicle from a stoplight at warp speed. Highs credibly seats 7, wickedly quick, handles just like a much smaller car. Low's astronomical price, insatiable appetite for fuel, cargo spaces limitations with third row used. Verdict for buyers with deep pockets, an enormous family, and also a hankering to get a super snell SUV. The GLS63 is one on the very few options. What's new for 2017? Mercedes renamed the GLS-Class for 2017 that it was previously referred to as GLE-Class to reflect the naming conventions of the sedan lineup. Along with all the name change came some exterior revisions, including a widened chrome grille, new LED taillights, as well as a revised rear bumper. The GLS63's 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8 powertrain is usually a holdover from your GL63. Nevertheless, it's updated in 2010 to add 27 horsepower for the total of 577. Inside, Benz's updated command system adds a touchpad control as an option to the rotary knob. Other revisions include new ambient lighting and trim colors, a 3-spoke controls, along with an available design and upper leather interior. Trims and options we'd choose as the complete top-off-the-line GLS. The 63 comes standard with virtually every option that Mercedes offers to use big SUV. None with the available extras are necessary, but a majority of them are so affordable compared to the $125,095 base price, anyway we'd have a problem saying no. The GLS63's robust offering of ordinary features includes adaptive air suspension with selectable drive modes, heated, ventilated, and massaging driver and front passenger seats, panoramic sunroof. The listing of available options is fairly short, but we'd be tempted to feature red brake calipers especially since there are no cost option, the $180 heated and cooled cup holders, the $400 power-operated easy entry system for your second row seats, along with the $300 AMG night package, which adds gloss black trim on the grille, window surrounds, roof rails, and exhaust pipes. The GLS63's sole powertrain contains an AM-built 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8, a 7-speed automatic transmission, along with a robust all-wheel drive system. Its quick-thinking automatic and throaty V8 come up with a truly enjoyable pair. The 7-speed automatic wrangles the powerful engine with poise, executing smooth shifts and reacting quickly and accurately to inputs from your brake and gas pedals. The transmission's programming changes slightly dependent upon which driving mode is selected. In Sport and Sport Plus modes, the transmission selects slower gears and holds shifts longer. In Comfort mode, fuel economy is prioritized, plus the transmission is much more apartment to use higher gears. An individual setting allows drivers to program the car according to their preference. In any setting, the GLS63 hustles over line through an urgency we don't end up watching from its size. Its 4.3-second B60 miles per hour within our tests compares favorably besides with several of the direct competitors, but in addition with lots of sports coupes. Test results, acceleration, one on the irresistible, unvarnished joys of driving the GLS, using its thumping V8, is listening to your howl with the engine at speed along with the brapping exhaust. Observe that accompanies downshifts when your vehicle is in one of that sportier drive modes. No better method to prove to your other parents at soccer practice how the GLS63 isn't your average carpool mobile. Tow ratings compared with a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds, the GLS63 is probably not a champion to use class. Nonetheless, it will still provide a lot of power to comfortably pull most loads. Look, we don't actually expect a 3-row SUV that has a 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8 to sip its fuel. But that doesn't mean we will need to celebrate the GLS63's uninspiring EPA ratings. Fuel economy is certainly one of relatively few areas, not surprisingly, in that this GLS63 isn't going to excel. EPA rated at just 13 miles per gallon from the city, 17 on the road, and 14 combined, the GLS falls close to the bottom of that class. That's not saying that any vehicle in this particular set is extremely efficient, excepting the plug-in hybrid Volvo XC90. That's an unfair advantage and may quite match its competitors for performance, along with the GLS are at least extremely effective than its sibling, Mercedes rolling Ubercube, the G63. Drivers who wish a vehicle with this type only will have to reconcile themselves with a high monthly fuel bill. Fuel economy ratings compared. We've devised each of our fuel economy tests so as to replicate how the majority of people drive on the streets. Our procedure entails a 200-mile out-and-back loop on Michigan's I-94 highway. We have a GPS-verified 75 miles per hour and make use of the cruise control wherever possible to mimic how many drivers behave during long trips. We managed 18 miles per gallon during our highway test on the GLS63, a complete 3 miles per gallon superior to we managed inside the G63 but a minimum of 2 miles per gallon behind almost every other competitor listed here. Conveniently, the GLS's large fuel tank ensures that it can travel nearly 500 highway miles between fill-ups, so it's still an amicable road trip partner. Speed could be the GLS63's most impressive and many obvious virtue. Nevertheless, it also handles surprisingly well for this kind of large vehicle, which enables it to stop using a Pfennig. There are several other overachievers in this particular class, however, plus the GLS could only manage salutatorian acceleration. The GLS63's engine has got the big, commanding V8 sound that any of us find so intoxicating, but it really is not simply sound. The GLS contains the receipts to back its performance claims. The GLS63 is shockingly quick for just a vehicle of the size, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. That's actually a substantial 0.5 seconds slower as opposed to BMW X5M. However, the GLS63 can easily still smoke lots of other cars off of the line. And it's not simply quick, it's fast. So fast that people ran away from asphalt, with all the speedometer still climbing during our top speed test. Mercedes claims a premier speed of 168 miles per hour. Test results: acceleration, the 7 speeds shifts are snappy, perhaps too snappy in Sport Plus mode, where they often send shocks with the cabin after harsh, near-ed lineup shifts. Sport and the comfort modes are considerably more pleasant for daily driving, although comfort mode dulls responses on the throttle and transmission a bit more than we'd like. If we're paying for an AMG, we would like to feel as if we had arrived driving your day-to-day Benz. Ride, handling, and steering. You'll always remember that you're in an SUV when driving of a GLS63. The tall cabin is clue, the accurate and not quick steering is yet another. Still, there aren't many 7-passenger vehicles that drive this well. The GLS63 returned 0.91 grams on our skid pad within the test of that ability to retain the road while cornering, putting it in near sports car territory and placing it ahead of virtually every other vehicle on this set. The clear winner will be the BMW X5M, an automobile with dynamics that might only be explained if this had been designed after a little BMW engineers met the devil in a crossroads. Test results: maximum cornering capability, braking requiring just 166 feet to come to some stop from 70 miles per hour is often a feat made more impressive through the fact the model we tested tipped the scales at nearly £6,000. Despite that nimble effort, the GLS had been bested with this effort through the all-conquering BMW X5M.